What's up, guys? So let's get to the point. Last year, I lost a bunch of weight from near 300 pounds down to under 220 pounds. I ended my cut around January of this year, and I maintained right at 220 for a little bit. And then from about April till now, I've intentionally put on some weight, a very little amount. I'm between 225 and 230 on a given day. I was 228.2 this morning. But I want to talk about five habits I've created, five activities I do, however you want to say it, that I started doing to lose weight and that I still do to keep from putting on weight because my appetite is absolutely ridiculous. And if it was still up to me, just eating whenever I'm hungry, I would easily be well above 300 pounds again. So some things I do to help mitigate that. First and foremost, drinking a lot of water. This is a gallon. I bring this with me to work. That's just what I drink while I'm at work. I work 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I drink probably 2 or 3 cups of just water and a cup of coffee before work. And then a bunch after work. Generally, I average probably around 2 gallons a day. On the weekends, when I have my harder training sessions and I have to mow the lawn and things like that, especially in the summer, I'm drinking around 3 gallons a day. But the biggest thing about it is drinking like 2 cups before each meal. Like I will just sit there and pound 2 cups of water before each meal. It helps a lot with just filling up my stomach and making sure there's not too much room in there to help prevent with overeating. So you should be drinking water, throughout the day anyway, but really focusing on hammering water pre-meals has been huge for me. Walking after my meals.
I'm Stan Efferding, founder of Vertical Diet. It's time for another 10 Talk. I take my 10-minute walk. Thanks for keeping me company. Now in today's rant, I'm going to talk about 10 ways 10-minute walks can change your life.
This is something I implemented even when I was bigger, just to help with digestion. But it seems, and I can't provide any scientific data, this is an N equals 1, as a lot of these things are going to be. This is just my personal experience, but it seems with taking walks right after eating, even if I were to eat the same amount of food and didn't take walks, like my maintenance calories are higher when I'm taking those walks. Now, of course, because you're burning more calories. You're not going to burn a whole lot of calories in 10 minutes of walking. You're not even going to get a mile. You're with your force output, walking for 10 minutes, you're burning well under 100 calories. So it's not like, I just ate this 1,000-calorie meal and now I burned it all off by walking for 10 minutes after. No, there's definitely something to the moving and being upright and walking around, blood flow, nutrition, nutrient intake, and all of that stuff that is, again, above and beyond my head. But it has helped me immensely. Anytime, when I don't want to gain too much weight or when I'm trying to lose weight, definitely thank Lord Stan Efferding for the 10-minute walks. Also, peri-workout carbohydrates. So this is another thing I found with myself, that even if numbers were equated across the board with proteins, fats, carbs, calories, if I move the vast majority, sometimes I try to make it 100% of my carbohydrate intake for the day, pre, intra, and post workout. I don't know, again, in regards to nutrient partitioning, intake, the state your body's in after working out, during working out, it just uses and abuses those carbs better. So I could equate everything again, and if I had those carbs spread throughout the day or at different times versus having them all in and around training, again, it's something where if I'm trying to lose weight, it's extremely helpful because it burns them up better. If I can eat more, if I want to eat more, and it's almost like I can build in cheat meals that aren't really cheat meals, with my peri-workout nutrition, and it really doesn't have a negative effect. And even like eating like a giant, 2,500, 3,000 calorie meal with pancakes and syrup and shit like that. I can have these pretty much on a regular basis if they're timed around like my really tough training sessions. Now, it's not something where, especially like right now, I'm getting ready for a meet. I'm going to go today and do some squat triples and some bench triples and really no accessories, no cardio or nothing. I'm not going to slam like a 3,000 calorie meal right after that and be like, oh, it's just because it's post-workout I can do it. No, I am going to have a little more carbs in today's meal after my training than after yesterday's meal when I didn't train, or with yesterday's meal when I didn't train. But it's not going to be like a huge amount. But having carbs, timing them with my workouts, it allows me to have more and not gain as much weight. So peri-workout carbs have been great for me. And some of those peri-workout carbs being watermelon. Watermelon was huge for me losing weight, huge for me maintaining. I eat watermelon regularly. It is a very, very high volume, low calorie food. And the best part about it, I was going to mention vegetables too, but that's kind of a given. Everybody kind of knows you should eat your vegetables. But watermelon, like, it's sweet. It's nature's ice cream, if you will. You just cut that thing in half and take a spoon and eat it like that. It helps with that sweet tooth a lot. And I do have a sweet tooth. I like sweets. So that's something that, while I can absolutely gorge myself with for little caloric damage, it helps with the sweet tooth, gets rid of those cravings. It's got a good micronutrient profile, extremely hydrating, which is especially good during the summer. You throw a little salt on it, and it's, fantastic for staying hydrated, getting your sodium in. So watermelon is something, I hope you guys like it. If you don't like it, I'm sorry for you. But I think just finding, again, high volume, low calorie foods can be a help in general. But watermelon in particular for me, because of, like I said, the sweet tooth thing, helps a lot. And I feel like I'm treating myself. And again, you're eating something that's, quote unquote healthy, and not having a huge caloric impact, and really can fill up your belly quite well too with all the water that's in it. So yeah, it's pretty great. Was that 4 things or was that 5 things? I don't know. Either way, I'm going to give you another one. And for me, it's, I'm going to kind of combo these together.
It's time for the pumpkin spice.
Coffee and carbonated drinks, in which, energy drinks can lie in with carbonated drinks, but there's flavor. Sometimes, again, them cravings are just for flavor, and you want something flavorful in your mouth, giggity. And water just isn't gonna cut it for you sometimes. So coffee, I really like the flavor of coffee. I drink black coffee because I'm a boomer. I'm not averse to drinking it with additives, but for this particular case where we're talking about black coffee, the caffeine is an appetite suppressant, which is great. So again, it's kind of a double whammy. You're getting that flavor in your mouth, giggity, and the caffeine, which can be said for the energy drinks too. But also just something like a seltzer water, a flavored seltzer water, diet sodas, caffeine free or not, can be great too. And this is something that you can have with your meal. And again, if you want to talk about like feeling full, if you're eating like a pretty fibrous, high volume meal, and you're putting some carbonated liquid in there with you, it's going to help you make you feel a lot fuller, a lot faster. So yeah, these are 5 things that helped me, that are still helping me. Obviously, you don't have to do these things if you don't want to. Well, you kind of have to drink water, but maybe not in the strategic way I mentioned. But this is what helped me. Maybe it'll help some of you guys if you are, struggling with weight loss, or, struggling to maintain weight. These can be some tips that will help aid you in, feeling full, maybe allowing you to eat more in some cases and still lose weight, things of that nature. Peace!